Now, in excerpts of an interview with NBC News released early today and which will be published in full over the weekend, Vice President J.D. Vance denied that this investigation is politically motivated. He denied that Bolton has been targeted by the administration because Bolton has been a critic of Trump. What do you make of that statement, and what do you make of those who would say this is politically motivated? Is there an easy way to tell?
No, there isn't. I mean, you're looking at two sides of a coin. There's one narrative where it is public knowledge that this is one of Trump's biggest critics. And at the same time, the administration does have a duty to protect and, oversee the retention and safety of classified documentation and information. And so it's that balancing act of which narrative do you want to believe. And I think that, of course, the vice president is going to take a stance that this is not politically motivated. And then if there is information that transpires, I think that bolsters that claim that it's not political, that there was a real, genuine interest in the protection of this classified information.
Is it possible that today's search could have a chilling effect on other former administration officials speaking out as critics against the administration? Could it potentially stop folks who were thinking about going on the record and being critical?
Absolutely. I think that there are, when we just talk about the narrative of where we see things going with critics of Trump, and, as I mentioned, with the Jack Smith probe, and now with John Bolton, and just everyone in general that takes a stance or maybe says something that is not favorable to the administration or the president, we do see that they come back into the limelight in some way, shape, or form. And I do think that those who are more concerned with, reputational damage, or even just their peace of mind and sense of security, will likely have that chilling effect and stay quiet. But at the end of the day, if there are reasons to speak out, then you'll have a few bold ones that continue speaking despite the backlash.
So we've talked about the particulars of this case and what could happen next in terms of process. But as you zoom out and look at this FBI raid of John Bolton's house and office, what do you make of it, Jo-Anna? What does this all mean in the broader context of our politics right now?
My thoughts on it are the administration is focused on making an example. Whether that is an example of people who have been a critic to the president, or if that's an example of, if you don't meet our standards, we're going to come after you. All of those who are, going against national security, or people who are not, handling their roles effectively, we are going to do these inquisitions and hold you accountable. And I think, again, it's this dual narrative of, accountability and transparency versus, are we dealing with an offense that is being retaliated against?
Is there anything else we should know as this continues to unfold? This news is just breaking, but what will you be watching for, and what should the Forbes audience be watching for in the coming days and weeks?
Definitely, I would love to know whether or not anything in that that's pulled from the seizure of evidence in this search warrant. I mean, and it's going to take a while to get through, because there's documents and files and electronic thumb drives and laptops and computers and phones. I would imagine that those are the things that were listed as part of the search warrant. There's going to be this time frame of diving through the data, and then we get this final understanding of, like, was there anything found? And that's what I'm waiting to see. Was there anything found, and does it even pass muster and rise to the level of what this whole probe was kind of fashioned to be and advertised as, or was this just another or a waste of resources?
Was there anything found? That will be the $1 million question going forward. We will have to have you back once those results are published.